Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to the 42 show. Just doing a quick sound check. Can you hear me? Because, I'm all on my own tonight. It's no Dickie Dawson, so I'm just doing it all a solo. So just give me a wave if you can hear me. Just say hello. Or just say, what's he said? What did he say? Speak up. Well, we're all good. Right, so let's get on with it. In our packed news tonight, we've got some in-depth stuff going on about the UK and what it pertains to social media and the morons out there who seem to think it's their little playpen. Or sand pit so they can kick up the dirt and create some shit. So let's let me press some buttons and I'll move things around and we'll bring up the stories. Yes. According to the morons across the world, civil war has apparently broken out in the UK. This was following a so-called protests after the tragic murder of 3 small girls and the attempted murder of several others at a Taylor Swift-themed holiday club. Misinformation online said the person arrested, 17-year-old Axel Ruda Cubana, so I'm never going to get that right, was a Muslim refugee who arrived in the UK last year via a small boat. It turns out he was actually born in Cardiff to Rwandan parents before moving to a small village near Southport. The protests quickly turned into violent attacks on Muslim communities and then moved onto the streets. Well, let's bring some pictures up. Yeah, some violence on the streets. Violence on the streets. Yeah, it just turned into mayhem. Yes, and so it seems that social media was central to stirring up the hatred and mobilising far right groups. Now, our lovely friend here, Mr. Elon Musk, he ramped up this war of words with Sir Keir Starmer after being slammed by a minister for petty, deplorable and deeply irresponsible comments on Twitter about the riots in Britain. Courts Minister Heidi Alexander warned that social media bosses that they had a moral responsibility to stop propagating and disseminating misleading and quite frankly, inflammatory material on their platforms. She also stressed that stopping offences being committed on social media was now almost the new frontier in the fight against crime. Responding to a post on the social media site X that blamed mass migration and open borders for the disorder in Britain, doesn't that sound familiar? Musk had written, "Civil war is inevitable." She told LBC Radio that those comments were totally unjustifiable. We have got police officers being seriously injured on our streets, and people are looting buildings, and they are setting buildings alight. Yes, for someone who has a big platform, a large following, to be exercising that power in such an irresponsible way, I think is pretty unconscionable. Ooh, it's a fancy word for me. Everyone at the moment should be calling for calm. Speaking on BBC Breakfast, she condemned his comments as pretty deplorable. Yes, I think so too. You git. I used to like you, Elon, years ago. Whatever happened to you? Strongly condemning the riots which have spread across the UK, the Prime Minister messaged, "This is not a protest, this is pure violence. We will have a standing army of public duty officers. We will ramp up criminal justice, and we will apply criminal law online as well as offline. We will not tolerate attacks on mosques or on Muslim communities." Musk responded on Twitter, "Shouldn't you have been concerned about attacks on all communities?" Oh, shut up, you little git. Oh, just jumped ahead. Oh, yes. One of the people who's been causing problems on Twitter is little Tony Robinson, otherwise known as Baldrick. Oh, hang on a minute. No, sorry, Tommy Robinson. Let me put that right. There he is. Tommy Robinson and his ally Danny Tomo, Reclaim Party leader Lawrence Fox, and figures from hate group Patriot Alternative have been among those pouring fuel on the flames with inflammatory posts on Twitter, Telegram, Facebook, and TikTok. Far-right campaigners have been prominent on the ground at anti-immigration rallies while several photos show men sporting neo-Nazi tattoos, but their numbers have been swelled by thugs eager to fight counter-protesters and police or take advantage to the chaos to loot shops. Yes, they're looting shops. I think I had some images, but I might have lost those. But they're just being shipped in. They're coming in on buses to cause a fight. Ridiculous. I mean, alongside that, we have teenagers who have recently broken up in school for the summer holidays, so they're just kicking in for the hell of it. And on Saturday at 3:50, Robinson posted a video of a confrontation in Stoke and claimed 2 protesters had been stabbed by Muslims. The post was viewed by 2 million people on Twitter. 2 hours later, Staffordshire police confirmed the information was false. Those injured were hit by something thrown by their own side. At 10:23 that night, Robinson then posted a picture of an unknown man with the caption, "Alleged Muslims stabbed at least 3 women in Stirling. They always target women. Will Keir Starmer talk about this?" Well, police in Scotland said that a man had been arrested after a woman was stabbed in the city on Saturday, but the force said that the subject was white and local to the area. Robinson was due to appear in court over... Let's see some more pictures of him just floating around the old fucking kit. Robinson was due to appear in court over alleged contempt proceedings last Monday, but fled the UK the day before and is now subject to a High Court arrest warrant, which could be carried out in October. He has since been staying in a £400 a night resort outside Ayanapa, where he has shared a string of posts including the message, "You were all warned. We have freedom or we have Islam. You can't have both." Okay. Robinson, whose real name is Stephen Yaxley Lennon, posted more than 100 times on X yesterday, including a rant addressed to the media and politicians. Later, he posted videos of fights between 2 groups of protesters, writing, "Muslim mobs running through Sheffield city centre just attacked white people at random." He later claimed their plan is to pin all this violence on me. Oh, poor you. Hang on, come to you in a minute. Later, he posted videos of... hang on, I've already did that bit. Actor Lawrence Fox has also been shared a string of false claims on Friday night. I don't know who's Lawrence Fox. Later on Friday night, he posted a list of dozens of acts of violence he alleged had been committed by immigrants under the caption, "Anyone else had enough?" Among them was the claim that a woman was beaten to death by 2 Somalis while walking her dog, understood to have been a reference to last month's murder of Anita Rose. The 3 people have been arrested in connection with the murder, but Suffolk police said last night, confirmed that Fox's tweet was completely incorrect. Now, there has been other thuggery going on. Armchair thuggery urged the far-right yobs to smash the fuck out of a hotel housing asylum seekers. Was locked up yesterday pending his sentencing. Let's bring him on. There you are. Where are you, you little git? Where are you? There you are. Oh, just look at him. Yeah, that's a face only a mother could love. Jordan Parler, a 20-year-old sign installer, described it by his lawyer as a family man, is the first man to be charged over Facebook posts relating to the violent disorder across the UK. Parler, who was unable to take to the streets for violence because he had broken his heel, but he didn't break his neck, turned to social media to incite protesters to target the Britannia Hotel in Leeds, West Yorkshire. The hotel in the Seacroft area of the city and close to Parler's home had been attacked with rocks and a window had been broken, though it was not any scene of any of the mass violences. Now, moving on from this, Musk comes back. He has deleted an image he shared on Twitter, promoted conspiracy theory about the UK building detainment camps on the Falkland Islands for rioters. I love it. Let's do it. Good idea, Elon. The image, which was faked to look like it had come from the Daily Telegraph website, had been posted by the co-leader of the far-right Britain First Party, Ashley Simon, Ashley Simon, that had been appeared elsewhere before she shared it. Mr. Musk's post was viewed more than 1 million and 1.7 million times. Get the numbers right. Before it was removed, with Miss Simon's post briefly tagged with a note reading, "This story does not exist," before it too was removed. Now then, what's funny about all this is, good old British bloke, Armando Iannucci, I'm going to pronounce that wrong, I always do, has hit out at Elon Musk because Iannucci shared a number of posts on Twitter tagging Musk after images of peaceful demonstrations spread on social media. "You are seeing this at Elon Musk," he wrote alongside reshared photos of thousands of protesters mobilized to challenge the far-right groups, including the English Defence League. "By all means, repost this at Elon Musk," he continued alongside a news post that read, "There have been no reports of riots tonight as thousands of anti-racist protesters significantly outnumber the anti-immigration protesters, demonstrators across the UK." Or sorry, to say arseholes. Brilliant. Yeah, they're being outnumbered by righteous people. Civil society, not civil war. Please do repost. "Not civil war, a civil society," he continued as he shared the news of peaceful counter demonstrations. Iannucci has been subject to attacks himself, as some individuals sympathetic to the far right called him out for not being British. Born in Glasgow to Italian parents in 1963, Iannucci just basically told him to fuck off. Oh, good old Iannucci. I was sat next to him on a train once. Oh, it's him. It's him. Anyway, we got a super chat coming from Petra Olsen. She says, "With love to Ukraine, go Ukraine." Yes, Ukraine are going, because that takes us to our next story. Yes, Ukraine strikes back. A convoy of Ukrainian armoured vehicles carrying jubilant troops was captured trundling through Russia's Kursk region with a surprise assault earlier this week. Tanks, armoured personnel carriers, a UR-77 mine-clearing vehicle, 77 is my favourite kind, and other army equipment were seen surging through a rural area in footage taken by a Ukrainian mortar position and shared to Telegram this morning. Kiev's forces stormed across the border on Tuesday morning, deploying around 1,000 troops with more than 24 armoured vehicles and tanks in an expected assault on Russian soil. Now, this is all coming from the Russian army. This is coming from Russian sources. Ukraine have been kind of quiet about it. They haven't said very much about it. So there's been no slight announcements from them. So all the information is coming from Russia, which is kind of interesting because, they're normally lying bastards. But at this point, they're kind of being kind of like honest. I think they're looking for sympathy. "Oh, poor us, we're being invaded. Oh, you shouldn't, not allowed to do that. Support our invasion, you twats." Thousands of Russians are evacuating the region amid complaints that Putin's armed and security forces have failed to protect them. They didn't expect this at all. I'm sure of it. I'm sure they just sat back there going, yeah, just keep pushing into Ukraine. They'll never cross the border. Oh, okay. Totally caught off guard. The key gas transit town of Sudza is under partial Ukrainian control and almost ringed by its forces as Kiev's troops move up 6 miles into Russian territory. The most serious border incursion of the conflict so far. Well, actually, this is the first time the Ukrainians in it. Before it's been Russian volunteers moving across the border, but now this time it's the Ukrainians. Ukraine's objectives have not been spelled out, though Russian commentators Fear and aim could be to reach the Kursk nuclear power station. Do I have a picture of that? I think I do have a picture of the... Sorry, I should have been scrolling through these images for you. There you go. Look at this. Let's go back to that one. Go back to that one there. There you go. They've got little tent over there to prevent the vehicle from drones. Very clever. And there's a nuclear power station. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, so the power plant is located some 40 miles from Sudska, which itself is roughly 5 miles across the border from Ukraine. There have been scant updates on the conflict from officials in Moscow, but Russian military bloggers have spoken out. The situation is complicated and continues to worsen, blogger Yuri Podlywanki said in a post on Telegram. He said the town of Sudza was full of Ukrainian soldiers. No, it's not full enough. Put them all in. Sudza has been completely lost, he said. The enemy is entrenching, indicating that the fighting is likely to be long-term, the Dva Mayura Telegram channel said. This contradicts Russian military chief Valery wipe your smile off your face, who said that the incursion by 1,000 Ukrainian troops had been halted. Oh, had it now? Ooh, we'll find out about that. About 42 million cubic meters of Russian gas passes through the Sudza and onward into the Ukraine every day, with the town home to a key gas metering hub. There are also reports that Ukrainian troops had taken hundreds of Russian soldiers and border guards prisoner during the week's surprise incursion. Yes, some reports said that Ukraine had detained as many as 300 Russian servicemen in total, and that Kiev's forces had penetrated almost 20 miles inside Russian territory, with fighting around the town of Koronevo. Among those held are Russia's 225th Assault Brigade that you can see in footage with their hands bound. I am not playing the footage because I'm not Dick Dawson. I don't have it set up to do that. Close Putin ally Dmitry Medvedev today lashed out at Ukraine for the incursion, which shocked and wrong-footed Moscow, and demanded Russia respond by crushing Ukraine. Haven't they tried that already? He says it's now necessary to mercilessly defeat and destroy the enemy and stage a total invasion. From now on, the war must acquire an openly extraterritorial character. This is no longer just an operation to return our official territories and punish the Ukrainian Nazis. we can now must go onto the lands of the still existing Ukraine, to Odessa, to Kharkiv, to Dnipro and Mykolaiv, and all cities that are now currently held by Ukraine. Oh, bless them. now they're talking about a proper invasion, not like the first one, which was that was just a test invasion. That was just like tickling the surface, really. Now they're going to do it for proper. Ooh, good luck, guys. Good luck. And let me just check the time. Where are we doing? Ooh, I might run out of stories. I'm halfway through, and our kids are making noise in the kitchen. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to move on to an interesting story that's been kicking around for quite a while. We have 2 astronauts still stuck at the International Space Station since early June. They may... Have you ever been to an airport and just your flight's been delayed and it's been delayed and you're just sleeping in the the lounge and just waiting for your plane to take off? Well, this is what's happening with these guys. Since early June, they've been waiting to come back. And now they're saying they might not return to Earth until 2025. 2025! The space agency has been examining whether the 2 stranded astronauts could come home on board a SpaceX craft instead of the Boeing Starliner capsule, which has been beset with problems since launch over 2 months ago. There is lingering uncertainty over the safety of Boeing's capsule. NASA officials said on Wednesday that the space agency is split over the risk. Yeah, a bit like door seals, isn't it? As a result, chances are increasingly that the test pilots Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams, they're oh, that's not them. That's not them. That's them. That's that's them. Stop! You didn't see that. They may have to watch from the space station as their Starliner is cut loose to return to Earth by itself, empty. God, that must be frustrating. There goes my ride. I just missed the last train. Yeah, if that happens, NASA would leave behind 2 of 4 astronauts from the next SpaceX taxi flight in late September, with a vacant seat set aside to take the 2 astronauts home. But they won't be going home till next February. The pair is only expected to be up there for just a week or two when they launched in June as Starliner's first crew. They've probably only gone up there with two pairs of underwear and 2 pairs of socks. Oh dear. Oh dear. Do you think they're rinsing out their undercrackers in a little sort of like I don't know, some kind of International Space Station sink? In the toilet. Oh dear. Feel so bad for them. NASA is bringing in additional experts to analyse the thruster failures experienced by Starliner before it is docked. At the same time, NASA is looking more closely at SpaceX as a backup. At this point, we could take either path, said Ken Bowersox, NASA Space Operations and Mission Chief. Publicly, Boeing has insisted it still stands behind the Starliner, which suffered mechanical issues on its way to docking at the ISS on June 6th, what was supposed to be an 8-day mission. Boeing remains confident in the Starliner spacecraft and its ability to return safely with crew, the company said in a statement on Friday, except they're not actually putting the crew in the thing to return them home safely. Contradictory load of bollocks. There's so much bullshit in your life. Right, where are we now? Oh, yeah, definitely gonna run out at this rate. So now we're gonna move on. You've already seen it, but you didn't know what you were looking at. Yes, is a woman chained to a tree. An American woman who was found chained to a tree in Indian forest tied herself up, police believe. Lalita Kaya Kumar, 50, was found in a forest near Sonaruli village about 280 miles from Mumbai 10 days ago. She was discovered after a local shepherd heard her cry for help and was taken to hospital where she was treated for dehydration. Kumar was initially unable to speak, and so she communicated with her doctors and the police by writing messages on a notepad. In a message where she described her ordeal, she accused her husband of leaving her in the forest for 40 days. However, police have told the BBC that Kumar has now admitted that she was not married and that she was receiving psychiatric treatment. Police say it is likely she was suffering from hallucinations. It was best 40 days tied to a tree. She also reportedly told investigators that she purchased the locks and chain and tied herself to the tree after having been distressed because her visa had expired and she was running out of money. That's not the first thing that would come to my mind, but okay. She was found, when she was found, she was totally emaciated. The local cattle herder who found Kumar said she heard a woman screaming loudly from within the forest. When I went there, I saw that one of her legs was tied to a tree. She recalled. She was screaming like an animal. I called other villagers and the local police. According to the BBC, excuse me, I'm going to take a little sip. Bit of lubrication. Yeah, according to the BBC, investigators didn't work. Doubted Kumar's story because it is unlikely that she could have survived nearly a month without food or water. Police discovered a photocopy of her American passport, which confirmed that she was from Massachusetts. She has also had a mobile phone, a tablet, and 31,000 rupees, which is about $370, all in her possession. The woman's condition and circumstances surround her confinement are currently under investigation by local law enforcement. Kumar had spoken to her family in America on the phone. Here we go. The butcher, Dr. Sanghamarita Phul, superintendent of the hospital where Kumar is currently being treated, says her condition is improving. I should hope so. How's the tree? Did anyone look after the tree? He told the BBC that she is eating, walking and exercising, as well as being given some nutrients that her body was lacking. Yes, and some clean clothes, hopefully. Yeah, was it the other picture of her? Ooh, dear, what a state. She's got a nice little blankie now. Ah, dear. Now, what happens in your tiny, quiet little village? When it becomes a den of depravity and all naughtiness, well, what you do is you start to complain because a pole dancing club has been forced out of a quiet village after locals complained that young women in thongs and bras could be seen writhing around. Good, that's what they're supposed to do, isn't it? I mean, I don't know what that picture is of that. That looks like a derelict building. Is that where the club was? I don't know. Anyway, high voltage pole. I've got one of those. High voltage pole offering classes from a converted warehouse in 2020, and its Facebook page shows students in skimpy outfits and vertiginous heels. I'm not even too sure I said that right. Going through their moves or leaning against a wall to show off their toned peaches. I like peaches. Go well nice with plums. Nice sticky plums in with peaches. But some residents took issue with the risque antics, with one mother complaining her 4-year-old child could see girls in thongs and bras from her bedroom window and blasting the inappropriate behaviour. Oh, it's inappropriate. There were actually, if you're pole dancing, it's totally appropriate, isn't it? There were also complaints about students blocking the single-track road with their cars, making parking horrific for nearby homeowners in their smart Edwardian semis and Victorian detached homes. Yes, spoiling the village of Elm. Yes, the beautiful image of Elm. We all know that place, don't we? Now, owner Danica Painter, 31, has had to quit her premises after losing planning a battle. One local said, "The biggest issue for us was the parking. Students were parking in front of our driveway. The first lesson was maybe 5 p.m. The second was about 7 p.m. Once or twice a week." Another issue someone said was that their window looked into the back of the jam factory. Is that what you call it? Is that a euphemism for it? They said the younger child, and they had a younger child and were a bit yuck about it. Yeah, they didn't actually say that the child was actually doing anything, but yeah, they just own one. They own a younger child. Well done. Other residents said more than one house had good vantage points for the pole dancing antics. I'd have put the rent up. Although no other formal objections had been made about the view of keeping it out of keeping with the area, because there was no such thing as Edwardian pole dancers was I love it. I love it. There was other houses that had perfectly good views, but there was no other complaints. just lots of sales of binoculars and telescopes. Another critic, Anne Hyde, 72, also complained of parking problems and said, "Oh, it does not teach young children any values about themselves doing that dancing. It's too provocative." However, retired butcher Bill Burnell, 80, dismissed the pole dancing as harmless enough, adding that some people just do not like anybody else enjoying themselves. Mainly him. The Borough Council declined to discuss the matter, saying, "We do not comment on planning issues." Meanwhile, Miss Painter, who describes herself as fave pole dancing tricks, anything splitty, has already announced online she is moving to a new studio near Whiz Beach. So get round there to Whiz Beach and have a good gorp. Now we all know Mr. Dawson isn't with us tonight because he's at the Chinese dentist. Yeah, that's right. He's got tooth hurty. But maybe he could have done with a bit of this. Yes, a robo-dentist. The robo-dentist will see you now. The robot, developed by US-based company Periscope, not Periscope, Perspective, get your P's right, successfully carried out a crown replacement in just 15 minutes. King Charles did that, didn't he? 8 times faster than a human specialist. To carry out the procedure, the patient's mouth was first mapped with a 3D scanner before an AI planned and carried out the operation autonomously. Dr. Chris Carrillo, CEO and founder of Perspective, says this medical breakthrough enhances precision and efficiency of dental procedures and democratizes access to better dental care for improved patients' experience and clinical outcomes. Yeah, just put them in a queue and put them on a conveyor belt and just get everyone's teeth sorted out. The AI bot completes dental procedure on live human without any supervision. Crown replacements normally require 2 visits to the dentist, each lasting for around an hour to remove the old crown and fit the replacement. However, Perspective says its AI-powered bot is able to bring this process down to just 15 minutes without sacrificing any accuracy or patient safety. Oh, yeah, I'm glad about the last bit. You don't want those robots ripping your face apart. The company has already received $30 million in funding to date to develop its technology, with investors including Mark Zuckerberg's father, the dentist, Dr. Edward Zuckerberg. Now, did you know that? You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that. You actually came and learned something here. That makes a change, doesn't it? First, the human assistant creates a 3D model of the patient's mouth using a handheld scanner, which detects the fluid within the teeth to look below the gum line. According to Perspective, this technique has a 90% chance of accuracy rate for spotting cavities. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't want like 90% rate for just doing the job. No, it's got a 90% accuracy rate for spotting cavities and other erosion. I suppose that's not bad. Let's see what happens. Let's get it going. All right. Now on to more machine fun of not quite such the AI kind. Yeah, because employees of the that's not it. That's a picture of a robot. Sorry, I should have showed that one early, shouldn't I? There's a tooth. Oh, yes! Employees at the Meadows Family Fun Mini Golf at Duncansville, Blair County, recently recruited the help of a Pennsylvania state game warden after discovering an animal inside one of their claw machines at the Pennsylvania Game Commission's South Central branch, said Tuesday in a Facebook post. Didn't need that last bit, did you, really? Workers found that a groundhog had crawled into the machine, but wasn't able to get back out. You go back the other way. When Warden Zafuto responded and approached the machine, he saw a wave of stuffed animals move as the groundhog scurried around underneath. Then it popped its head out to assess the situation, according to the Game Commission. Crews called the claw machine company to unlock the game. making way for our warden to Salvador to rescue the Groundhog. Yeah, and the Groundhog was released unharmed. What about the other bears? Release all the other bears, you bastards. What we got? Oh, we got 2 minutes left. Okay, we've got one more story. This is an incredibly short story because, quite frankly, I thought it was pretty stupid. But here we go. Here's the news from the electric vehicle automotive kind of world. But a new world record has been set for the longest journey by an electric car on a single charge. Yes, that's right. A Ford Mustang Mach-E was driven 569.64 miles around England, surpassing the previous record set by just 6 miles. It beat the record by 6 miles. Oh, okay. You could just chuck the ashtray out, and you probably save yourself 6 miles doing that. Yeah. So it's claimed the Guinness World Record for a production EV that customers can actually buy in the showrooms right now. I wouldn't want that one with all those bloody stickers on it. Did you think if you didn't put all those stickers on it, how much lighter the car would be? You'd have probably got like 7 more miles out of it. Jesus Christ. By the way, don't lean against that car wearing those jeans, you'll scratch it. But there was more to this story. It's a lengthy story going on about all the technical in-outs and in-and-outs and everything. But quite frankly, 6 miles. We don't care. We want an extra 600 miles, not 6 miles. That doesn't really help. So anyway, there you go. Oh, with 56 seconds to go. Oh, we're going to have a little reminder tomorrow. Hopefully, everybody hope and pray that Dick's feeling a little bit better tomorrow, and he can do the show tomorrow because it is a double header. May not do the 42 minutes later. We'll see how he feels. But until then, I'm going to attempt. I am going to attempt to do the credits in. The shout outs and everything in the credits. So we will see what happens. 16 seconds to go. I'm not even going to wait. I'm not even going to wait for it to go out. I'm just going to hit the button. So we'll see you all. See you all tomorrow, hopefully. And bye for now. Yes, so a big shout out to the team tonight, who's Annette, CF Beauty, that is, PJ CNet, Crazy Cat, Shayna Caldwell, Liam Wakefield, and Super Chat Matt. Yes, and as it said, don't forget about the double header tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Do not forget to hit like on the way out because, I particularly liked it because it's all about me. So hit the like, I've just done that, so you just bloody well do the same. Don't forget to share us out. And I forgot to say thanks for all the super chats and all the people that do donations. Sorry I couldn't read any donations out tonight because I don't have any access to the donation page. So Dick will pick that up tomorrow. And what else was I going to say? Thanks for all the people who become channel members and stuff like that, or donate channel membership, because it all helps the channel going. And what I was going to say, don't forget to like, share, don't forget to share us out wherever you can. Go to social media. Do not start fights in the middle of the streets with it, but share have a riot of love of the Shills, and share us out that way. So we'll see you all very, very soon. Stay shilly.